Deep Dive with David Stendahl, where we trade without ego, no emotion, no greed, and no opinion. Before we begin tonight's video blog, please read over our trading disclaimer and remember to trade smart and accept the reality that trading futures is risky. This presentation does not provide buy-sell recommendations, and our information is strictly provided for educational purposes only. As always, trade at your own risk and analysis. Hey there, it's David Stendahl with tonight's Deep Dive. It is January 29th, 2019, and tonight we're going to be looking at gold again since it had this nice little breakout. This trade range has officially been broken, so we'll have this updated here this evening. But when it comes to the trends, all of the trends are pointing to the upside, short, intermediate, and long term. We've got the technical rating, which is still pointing to the upside, and the seasonal tendencies are pointing to the upside. So it bodes well for a continuation to this particular trend breakout that's currently underway. It's not to say we can't have a little bit of a retracement just with normal trading ranges, but it does bode well for a prolonged kind of upward bias to the market. Let's take a look at gold just to give you some perspective as to what's taken place. This was that support level, support now, but that resistance level that had been underway. That number is basically 1,302. So it just broke out. It's not that far above it, but it did break above. It had another follow through yesterday, and then we started to have a nice little move here today. So there's beginnings of something. Here, this is the energy level, this indicator down here, and it had been very, very quiet. That's what that consolidation was, and now we're starting to break above that. So what we're going to see is that there's going to be more of a surge to the market. Now, there could be some testing to this particular support level as it is, but I do believe that the trend should be to the upside, and the systems are certainly taking advantage of this particular condition. We come back to the website and we come to the master watch list. I'll show you where you can find this information in your charts, watch lists, and there's quite a few of them. You can see on this right hand menu bar that we've got 18 different watch lists, and then what we do is we then look at all these different watch lists and we're trying to find out whether or not the market is more bullish, more bearish, whatever the case will be. Well, here's gold at the top of the list, so there's a lot of bullish opportunities, alerts that have popped up as of recent, and you can go through all of these different types of alerts, if you will, these watch lists, and this is just simply just the master list bringing everything together. So gold and euro are certainly at the top of this list, and with the breakout above that level that I quoted to you, it bodes well for perhaps a little bit of a continuation. The other thing that I'll point out here is that gold is now at the top of our seasonal accuracy, and the seasonal accuracy has got a bullish bias to it as well. I'm going to show you something that's basically taking place here. For the next 2 weeks or so, we're still going to have kind of an unusual chart here, but what I want to point out is this. To the left of this dotted yellow line, this is 2019, and obviously to the right it's 2018. And because it's a circular type mode, what we want to do is on a single chart be able to show what happened last year, and then be able to build upon that, and then look at the accuracy of the seasonal tendencies, and then you'll see this black line basically going sideways. That is something that we just can't get rid of. All it just simply means is that we're connecting the most recent bar to March 1st. Now what will happen is what you should be looking at is this blue line and trying to get an idea as to what normally takes place with gold, and whether or not this black line, short of this sideways flat line right there, but everything back in time, is the market following suit with its normal tendencies. And when you have this grayish box, it will tell you that the correlation is high. So it bodes well for gold here over the course of the next couple of weeks or so, that there should be a nice little surge in that particular fashion. And having broken above that threshold that I was quoting, as long as we can stay above that, we would expect things to continue on here. So the other thing I'll point out is that the systems systems have been adding to positions. We had a couple that jumped on yesterday, and a couple other ones that jumped on the 24th. So again, nice open position profit. Things are moving in our direction. I do expect perhaps a little bit of a test of that support level, and as long as these systems, a lot of these are going to be intraday systems, as long as we don't break that support level on a closing bar basis, and I would suspect that these systems will maintain themselves and be able to take advantage of the patterns and the swings that are underway, and hopefully we'll start to get a couple of these trend-based systems to trigger as well. But as of right now, that's kind of where we stand. We're taking full advantage of it. For those of you that follow me on Twitter, I've been talking quite a bit about gold and anticipating this particular move because of the seasonal tendencies and what was taking place with the watch list. And so we do put out quite a bit of information just trying to hone in on particular markets that are well positioned and should be able to take advantage of some of these swings. So let's continue to watch gold here and see as to whether or not the seasonal tendencies that I've been that we were looking at just a second ago, see as to whether or not the market is able to continue on and then be able to generate a few more of these long positioned systems, specifically some of the trend-based systems down here, and see as to whether or not we're able to sort of jump on the bandwagon with even more systems. But do watch that support level, and as long as we stay above that, everything should be good for the time being. We will take a look at another market tomorrow. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.